In this video, I'm going to tell you what structured data is and why it is important for SEO. Hey and welcome back, nice to have you in the first session of Module 1. I am Florian, the developer of Snippet, the rich snippets and structured data plugin for WordPress. If you want to use the plugin, please feel free to follow the link that you can find in the description area. In this lesson, I want to answer the question, why structured data is important to SEO. As you may already know, getting high rankings is hard work. It isn't easy as just writing a blog post and wait to rank high. Nowadays, SEO consists of finding the right title, the right keywords, the right amount of words, the usage of images and social media, the design of a web page, page speed, security, and a lot more. I like the saying that search engines try to think like a human being. What is your goal when you enter a search term in a search engine like Google? Of course, you want to get the best result. What is the best result? Of course, the one that delivers the best content. But not only that, you want that the search result appear within seconds. You don't want to wait 30 seconds until you see something on the screen, right? Of course not. You want the site to be structured and good looking as well. At the latest, since the iPod and the iPhone, we all know that design counts too. So you want to stand out. If you get this, you suddenly understand that your website needs to be top-notch in every aspect. Not only for Google, but especially for humans, because Google wants to mimic a human being. So to sum it all up, in order to get good rankings and to keep your rankings well, you should be awesome whenever possible. Everything that I've explained now is very user-centric. That means you do everything to attract a user that visits your website and to achieve a goal. Maybe that he or she buys something, clicks on an affiliate link or whatever. But there is more, and this is where structured data kicks in. It's definitely not that much user-centric. And this brings us to the next question. Why do I need structured data if it's not user-centric? Structured data is part of technical SEO because, well, it's technical. It will not influence the experience of the user on your website, but it does in your search results, as I describe later. In the first place, it's more a help for Google and other search engines to give them a better understanding what is on your website. I will discuss this more in the next lesson. For now, it's important to understand that structured data is metadata. Here's an example. If you own a new smartphone that can take pictures and has built-in GPS, the photo app will probably save the current location in the metadata of your image. This metadata is not visible on the picture, but readable by other apps like the Pictures app on the iPhone. It can show you on the map where the picture was taken, so it's almost the same with structured data on a website. The cool thing is that some of the structured data will produce a so-called rich snippet on search result. Your normal snippet consists of the title, the URL, and a little description of what is on that page. A rich snippet, on the other hand, is enriched with additional information. For a product snippet, you would see a user rating, a price, and the availability of the item. If you are on the podcast right now, you may remember a search result where you saw exactly this. As you can imagine, this definitely attracts more users because you stand out. So let's sum everything up once again. Search engines try to mimic human beings. They want to find the best search result for a search query. Normal SEO consists of a great user experience, great content, social media, and much more. But technical SEO is also very important. Things like page speed matters as well. Structured data is metadata. Data that is hidden to the user but readable by search engines. Structured data will not influence the experience on your website, but on search engines because they sometimes create enriched search results. These search results are then called rich snippets. Cool? Cool. In the next lesson, I will answer the question how the invisible stuff that we now call structured data works exactly. Okay, see you there.